Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Sagittarius, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. For your key to the week this week, you've got the Strength card. So this is a week of digging deep, right? This is a week of, I think actually for a lot of you, the words that I'm hearing are self-reacquaintance, right? This is you getting reacquainted with something that you want or, desire on a very deep level, tapping back into your heart space. But more importantly, this is about you really looking after you. And I actually really like this because in a lot of ways, I kind of feel like this is a lot of you getting reacquainted, not just with what you want on a heart space level, but with your physical self. Like sometimes we all go through moments where we feel like it's kind of like you're here but you're not quite here. Do you know what I mean? Like you're here in body but everything else seems to be slightly checked out. This feels like a week where they're kind of reintegrating or coming back together. It's like your faith in not only yourself but humanity is kind of restored in some way. So it's like you're coming back to earth, but in not in like a hello sort of way, but like you're coming back to yourself. Before we get into your cards, I just want to make a quick announcement. For those of you that don't know, every year on the 21st of December, I put on a winter solstice alignment activation session. For the last 3 years, it's been a massive success, and I really want you to be there for this one because I have two very special guests. I've got Denise from Human Design with Denise, and I have Heather from Astrology with Heather. So we're going to be talking astrology, numerology, human design, tarot, and on top of that, we'll be shooting you off into the future with an FLP session so that you can see what the year ahead has in store for you, what you might need to know, and how you can get the best results out of it. Plus, there's going to be this whole energy of all of these groups, all of these like minds and souls coming together to set their intentions on the most powerful day of the year for this type of thing for the year ahead. All right, so this is going to be a big moment. And for those of you that have asked, yes, this year there will also be a recording. So if you can't make it on the day, you will be able to watch it after. All right, so you can get your seat on the link in the description box below. For your actions and options this week, you've got the Temperance card, literally, right? This is your card. This is you coming back to yourself. Like this is you in some way, shape or form, realigning or recalibrating yourself. It's like you're more present this week. Maybe it's off the back of that powerful eclipse that we had in your sign, right? I always love Saggy season. I get on very well with Sagittarians anyway. Maybe that's my Leo ascendant, and the fact that Aquarius 11th house is Sagittarius, so there's like an affinity there. But yeah, I like Sagittarius energy and season because I'm not going to lie to you, Scorpio season is rough on Raph. Has been ever since 2016. So I love this, and what it suggests to me is there's a recalibration, a reconnection of self. This is you coming back into some sort of personal understanding and really reacquainting with your body. It's like your mind, your body and your soul are coming back into connection in some way. So love this. The other way that you could see this as well, because it's about what you do. This could be you kind of, maybe you're pulling yourself out of the drama sphere, all right, in some way, shape or form. Maybe something that you would usually get into or go in for that you're just kind of like, you know what, I think that's a waste of time now. It's like you're pulling yourself out of something before it becomes an issue. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Hermit card. So definitely pulling yourself out of the drama sphere. It's like this week, usually Saggies have loads to say, and it's one of the things that I love about you guys. There's a lot of philosophizing and a lot of really thinking very deep and sharing that. This week, however, it does look like you're keeping nil by tucker, as we say here in the UK. It's almost like what that actually means is nil by mouth, but there's an element of this where it's like you're not going to say anything this week. One, to heighten any situation that you really are done with or over, and two, it's almost like a week where you're waiting to see. It's like, I want to observe first before I get into this or before I actually say something. So it looks like a lot of you are very deep in thought, and a lot of the processes that are going on is you realigning or recalibrating yourself in some way, shape or form. There's nothing wrong with being self-centered from time to time, all right? For those of you that are employed by somebody else, one way that you might see this, especially because you've got the strength card there, this could really, I almost want to say this could be a battle of wills at work, but it's one that you're not fighting. It's like you've made whatever you want or need or what you're prepared to do or not do very clear, and that's it. It's like, this is where I stand. I'm not getting into anything or any other, brouhaha. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, I think this is you finally making something work. This could be something, sometimes you work on something for ages and you're like, I'm going to break this because I can't figure out how to make the damn thing work or how to put it together or whatever. There have been moments like that for me, like when learning new tarot spreads. There was one back in the day that I just could not get my head around, and it's like, in the end I was like, I'm gonna dash the cards, I got to sit down for a minute. Like, you just have to walk away from it. This might be one of those weeks, if you're a business owner or you work for yourself, something that you've been really like tussling with to get right or to get into the space that you feel it needs to be. It's like you figure that out now, like how something works. You're like, yes, okay, this is how it looks, this is how it goes together, this is ... For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, honestly, it's not even a week to enjoy not working. It's more a case of, it's a week to enjoy getting back to yourself. Whatever you do, whether you do or don't work, wherever you are, whether this is your sun, your moon, your ascendant, nurture and nourish yourself this week, right? Spend that time on yourself. Everything else can wait, all right? For your love and relations, so you got the Three of Swords. So this is not easy, right? It is, however, underneath the Temperance card. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, if you've had any challenges or issues with your partner, it's like through not getting into it, through not saying anything. And this isn't about turning the other cheek. It's just about realizing that, you know what, this might not actually be worth it. So I'm not going to add any more gasoline to the fire. We'll just let it be what it will be, and we'll find a way to ride it out. You've got this off the back of the Hermit card. It looks like some of you have been doing that, what do they call it? Silent treatment. All right, that's the feeling that I get from this. It's like some of you have been in that, well, I'm just not going to say anything then. Right? And because you guys tend to say a lot, it really notices when you're quiet. For some of you, for those of you that are single rather, it looks like there's an energy here where maybe somebody that you thought was going to be something, maybe a relationship that you thought was going to align or become something, solid or substantial, it kind of looks like it doesn't. And maybe this is what prompts you getting back to yourself. For those of you that are single, maybe this is what kind of makes you say, all right, you know what, I nearly went down a path actually that wouldn't have been very good for me or for them. There's a moment of self-honesty there as well. And then for your money and materials, you've got the Empress. This is a nice card for money, right? And it's right there with the Hermit card. Whatever you are working on for your future, for your material, financial future, it looks like it's really going to do very well. Now, I love the Empress for money because it suggests that there's abundance, right? That's what she is in general. But there's also an ease here. And this feels like the thing that's really important. It's like this week, something in your brain clicks and says, oh, I don't have to work myself into the ground to make, good, big money. It's like, oh, okay, I can just enjoy myself and take everything at a pace and still manifest good money. I like this for you. I really like this for you. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Empress tends to be your entire body, but it's also your image. So for some of you, you might decide, you know what, I'm going on that health regime. I'm going to have that juice cleanse. I'm going to, join the gym and get buff. So Sorry, I couldn't help myself. You know, or you know, for maybe for others of you, there's something that you're changing about your image this week. Not for anybody else, not because of anybody else. It's like because you're recalibrating or realigning with yourself in a new way, and it's like, yes, I'm ready to do this now. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like whatever changes you make as of this week going forward, there'll be ones that last. And then finally, for your home and environment, couldn't really ask for a better card. You've also got 2 3s here. 3 of Swords, and the Empress is also number 3. 2 3s represents a calming influence. So there's something about you this week that is very, very serene. It's like you are totally unbleepable. You know, like I gotta stop swearing because a lot of people have been telling me that my potty mouth has run away with me lately. So we're trying to rein it in and clean it up. But with that said, I really wish you a wonderful week. I hope you have a great week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. And don't forget to get your seat on the winter solstice session. Take care, and I'll see you soon.